Hi everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our mini pirouette series. We're gonna get started with the same core warm-up that we did last time. So starting with 20 single leg drops. Starting with whatever side you're comfortable with. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep going. 9, 10, halfway. Great job, everyone. Now we are going to move on to 20 bicycle twists. So it's going to be opposite knee to elbows, starting with 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're almost done, just 10 leg drops now. Good job, everyone. We're gonna get straight into our bar now. For today's plies, we are going to be reusing the combination that we did in the last mini lesson. So starting in first position, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 demis, 1 grand, stretching forward, rolling up, stretching back. Second position, 2 demis, 1 grand, to the bar, away from the bar. And then in fourth position, make sure that you pull the toes back. Make sure you pull that foot in so that you get a smaller fourth position. The distance between your feet should be around 1 length of your foot, but that's just a guideline. So remember, pull that foot in, 2 demis, 1 grand here, stretch forward and back. Fifth position, 2 demis, 1 grand, to the bar, away from the bar. And then off the music, we're gonna tendu back to first position, arms down, arms all the way up in high fifth, pulling up in the core. And then when you're ready, arms open and down. Okay, we're moving pretty fast today. Let's just get straight into it.
6 and 7, arms open. Demi, demi, demi to grand. Push through demi to go up straight. Let's stretch forward. Back. Same thing, second position. Keep your plies smooth, no abrupt stops. To the bar. Remember, keep the hips squared here, so don't let the hips get twisted. Pull that foot in. And fourth, and straighten. Demi. Let's stretch forward. Make sure both legs are straight. It's very tempting to bend your legs here in this position. Same thing in fifth position, 2 demis, 1 grand. Deep demi plie and straighten. Heels on the ground, heels off the ground. Press the heels on the ground to straighten. Stretch to the bar. Away. And let's go back to first position, just to balance on flat. Feeling your core pulling up, your shoulders opened and wide, your thighs squeezing against each other. And then whenever you're ready, the arms can come down.
One key focus for today is going to be how we plie before we go up into our pirouettes. And this starts with our plies at the bar. So what I want you to focus on before we go into the left side is the idea of a continuous plie and a plie with a lot of resistance. So what I mean by that is when you're doing your demi plies, it shouldn't feel static and sudden. It needs to go down, 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 up, 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 up. So when I'm going down, I'm pushing into the ground with my feet, but also when I'm coming up, I'm also pushing into the ground with my legs. So there's always this idea of, okay, I'm pushing against the ground and I'm pushing against the ground again. Even though my body's moving differently, you should always thinking about how you're pushing into the ground. And when people do the abrupt plies, like something like that, it's usually because they're not using the resistance of the ground. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your plies second time around. It needs to be continuous and smooth. And I want you to think about pushing your feet into the ground to go down, pushing into the floor to go up. And this is going to be really helpful when we start doing our pirouettes in center and you're doing down, 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 spring up, right? This plie has to be really, really dynamic with a lot of force into the ground so that when you come up, it's a lot easier. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we're actually doing the pirouettes, but let's do our plies on the left side now.
So the tricky thing for this combination is going to be coordinating the right timing for the arms, but also being focused on the legs and the resistance in the ground. Demi and open. Demi, all the way down. Resistance as you come up. Let's stretch. Pulling the stomach in as you go down. Roll up. To the back. Second position. Push into the ground with your feet. Knees side. All toes on the ground here. To the bar. And even though you're stretching, your feet are still pushing against the ground, pulling yourself up. Let's go into fourth position. Pull that foot back into a small fourth. And demi. Push into the ground, but lift the core up. So much to think about. You can do this. Shoulders down as you bend back. Let's go into fifth position. Make sure that both legs are as equally turned out here. The temptation is going to be turning out the front leg a lot more than the back leg. You're almost done. Let's meet in first position. And then whenever you're ready.
Next, we'll combine our tendus and jetés together. Getting started in first position, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Half toe, full toe, half toe, and full. 5, 6, 7, close in first on 8. Then tendu, and close, and tendu, and close, jete, and close, jete, close in first. Same thing to the side, half and full, and half and full, and 5 and 6 and 7, close on 8. Tendu and close, 3, and 4. This is 5 and 6. This is 7 and 8. Same thing to the back, half full, 5, 6, 7, 8. Tendu and close, tendu and close. Off the ground, close, off the ground, close. Encore pattern, same thing to the side, half full, half close, 8 times, 2 tendus, 2 dégagés. And then at the end of all of that, we'll rise up in first position off the music, but you'll still sustain it for however many counts you're comfortable. Lower down, no plie, and then arms down. The resistance that we talked about earlier in the plie still applies for the tendus. When you tendu, you can't just kind of point your foot in the ending direction. You have to push into the ground, resist, and then point. And then push into the ground to close. This is the part that gets everyone tripped up, is the pushing into the ground to close. Because a lot of people can understand this idea of like push to go out, but you also have to resist push to come in. A lot to think about. Let's just get straight into it.
All right, starting with our demi and full points to the front. And 7 and 8. Half point, full point, half point, and full. 5 and 6, 7, close on 8. Tendu front, first position, front, first position. Now jete, close first, jete, close first to the side, half point, and full. 3 and 4, 5, 6, half point, close in first, tendu, push the ground, and push, resist to close in, push the ground to jete, and push, drag the foot in, to the back, half point, full, half, keep going, make sure that elbow is up, 7, close on 8, brush, lengthen the legs, but also lengthen the abs up, and 7 and 8 to the side. Make sure you're pulled up on your standing leg and that all toes on your standing leg are on the ground. 7, close 8, keep that elbow up, and that hip should be shifted towards the standing leg. 6, last jete. Now we'll rise off the music with straight legs. You can let go of the bar whenever you're ready. Shoulders should be down. You're trying to spiral your calves forward to the audience. And whenever you're ready, come down with straight legs. Amazing.
Something I want to talk about is the half toe, full toe when your leg is behind you. So in first position, when I tendu back, when I do half toe, my heel is coming in. So make sure that you're not parallel. Your heel is still turned out, right? And then when you push to full toe, this push feels very big toe heavy. So to the back, think about big toe in, big toe out, big toe in, big toe out. Kind of weird, but keep that in mind. Okay, left side.
Okay, let's think about that half toe and that resistance even when you're doing the half and the fulls. Push the ground and push to come in and push to come out. Full and half, close first to the front, tendu, close first, tendu, close first, to the side. Make sure that the hip is directly over the ball of that standing foot. Half toe and full toe. Half, close in first. Elbow up. Tendu. Now brush the ground. Brush. And make sure your foot is fully pointed to the back. Half and full. Use that big toe to come in. Use that big toe to push out. In and out and in. Close in first. Tendu back. Go through that half and full toe as you tendu. And same thing with jetes. Articulate that foot into the ground. Brush. Last time. Half. Full. Push in. Push out. 5 and 6, 7, and 8. Your feet should be burning at this point because you're using all the little tiny muscles as you're doing your tendus. Brush and close. Last one. Close. Let's rise off of the music in first position. Arm goes up into high fifth. Lengthen your legs into the ground and your upper body to the ceiling. That was it. Good job, everyone.
Next is our Ronde jambes, starting with right foot front, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Coupe, pas de cheval, tendu, close fifth. To this side, coupe, pas de cheval, point, close fifth front. And then we'll do our Ronde jambes, front and back, and front, and back, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. You always have to cheat that last one with me. Okay, now pas de cheval back and side. Coupe, pas de cheval, tendu, close fifth. Coupe, pas de cheval, tendu, fifth, back. Ronde jambe to the front and back, and front, and 5, and 6. This is 7, cheat close on 8. Then we'll have our stretches, 1 and 2, roll up 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to the bar, 1, 2, recover, 3, 4 away, 5, 6, 7, and 8, plie in fifth, susuda balance, long balance here, so get ready. Feeling that core pulling in and up, letting go of the bar whenever you're ready, opening the arms, and then coming down, of course, whenever you're ready.
No long-winded explanation today. We're going to get straight into it right side. Starting with pas de cheval front, pas de cheval, front, tendu, close in fifth, coupe, extend, tendu, close front, and ronde jambe, all the way around, go through first, all the way around. As you go through first, make sure that whole foot is on the ground, even the toes, close in fifth, reversing, coupe, extend, tendu, close in fifth, pas de cheval side, elbow up, close fifth back, ronde jambe, all the way around, back and front, 5 and 6, last one, 7, close front 8, let's stretch down and 2, to the bar, 6 and 7 and 8. Let's play susu. Make sure you're squared to the front, so shoulders are facing front, hips are facing front. And that's it. That was great.
Let's talk about how you transition between the ronde jambes. So let's use the same thing that we learned earlier about how when your leg is behind you, it's a big toe exercise essentially to come back in. So you're doing your ronde jambe front and back, and you have to brush through. You have to go through half toe. Remember, it's a big toe type of thing. Drag it into first, and you should feel the pushing into the ground. You're pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing, then pushing to half toe and pushing to full toe. So that's where the resistance comes in when you're going through to first and starting your ronde jambes again. So I want you to keep that in mind as you do your other side. I will try to remind you through this. Let's get into it.
All right, left foot front, fifth position. Getting started with pas de cheval front. Pas de cheval, extend, reach, and close fifth to the side. Point, close front for ronde jambes. Slowly, and front, around. Front, around, last one. Close back, pas de cheval back. Make sure the elbow is still up, to the side. Weight on the ball of the standing leg. Resist through first position. Brush to go through first. Good. 7 and close 8. Let's stretch. 2, 3, 4. Reverse. 7 and 8 to the bar. Let's play Susu. Thighs are squeezing against each other. The neck and the jaw is relaxed. You're pushing your feet and lower body into the ground to lengthen up. And then whenever you're ready, that was a lot of corrections. I hope you managed that well. Good job, everyone.
So last exercise at the bar will be a calf strengthener. We'll start in first position with 8 plie releves going up on 1. So 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, hold 8, and then we'll susu with right leg front for 1, 2, 3, 4, balance, 6, 7, 8. We'll passe, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Get ready to do this all over again, other side on 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straight leg up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold 8. Then susu, left leg front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing. Balance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come down and plie. The biggest challenge about this exercise is going to be controlling your releves and eleves, especially when things are fast. So I want you to make sure that you are using your muscles to go up and then come down, which means that there should be no popping visual. You don't pop, 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 pop. You don't really do that. You're pushing and control down, pushing up, control down. Even if it's fast, it's control. There is that word resistance, right? So don't think about popping up and down. I know it's really tempting to do that when things are fast, but try your best not to. If you do things with resistance, you'll feel your calf really, really burn. Starting in first position, we'll start with our plies. And the up is the 1. 7 and 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down, up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay. Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Passe. Front of the knee. 5, 6, 7. Get ready. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Stay. Fifth. Balance. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Passe. Knee side. You can do it. 5, 6, 7. Let's come down. Good job, everyone. Welcome to center, everyone. We're going to start with a turn preparatory position, so no turns yet. We'll start with fifth position. Right foot is back. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Tendu back and 2, plie 3 and 4, up 5 and 6, close back 7 and 8. Again, 1, 2, plie 3, 4, passe 5, 6, close back 7 and 8. Now faster. 1 and 2, 3, close 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now with releve, 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's it. The big goal here is going to be bringing that back foot back into a small fourth position after you tendu. So when you do tendu and 2, bring it back 3 and 4, knee side here, and then come up. So the challenge again is this tendu, bringing this leg back, but when you bring it in, remember it's heel forward, and it's gonna be kind of a big toe exercise again. So make sure that you do not, I'm gonna do this leg because I'm tired. Make sure that you don't just tendu and try to do a fourth that's super wide. It's really going to throw you off. So tendu, bring that foot into a smaller fourth and up. Okay, let's try this to the right.
We'll start with our right foot back in 5th position. Seven and 8, tendu back, 2, plie 3, 4, passe front, 6, close back 7, 8, again, tendu for 2, plie for 2, passe for 2, close back for 2. Now faster, tendu, plie, up and close, again, just on flat. Now 2 on releve, plie, up, tendu back, plie, passe front, and close. That's all.
Before we move on to the left side, I want to talk a little about the resistance that we've been pretty much drilling on since bar today. So this is where it becomes really important and applicable. So with our pirouettes, if we were to do the left side, when you tendu back and you plie in 4th position, make sure you are feeling the resistance into the ground with both legs here. You're not just bending your knees, you're exerting energy into the ground to come up. So you have to have this motion of down and then up, down and then up. This exercise is pretty slow and there's really no rotation yet. So just focus on your plie and the resistance in the 4th position, and of course your knees going side. It's gonna be so easy to collapse here. Your knees have to make a really large diamond. Okay, let's go on to the left side.
We'll get started with left foot back 5th position. Remember, you're gonna have to bring that back foot into a small 4th position plie. Tendu for 2, plie into the ground, then push off the ground, close back again, tendu. Remember, bring that foot in for a plie 4th, then push, close back. Now faster, tendu, resist the ground, up and close again. Now on releve, push into the ground and push off the ground. Last time, and balance, close. Great job, everyone.
Now we are actually going to be rotating in our pirouettes. So we're gonna do 4 quarter turns, 4 half turns, but this time no arms because I want you to just focus on the lower body for now. Let's get started with right foot back. We're gonna do 4 quarter turns, hands on hips, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a tendu, plie 4th, and quarter turn, close back. Tendu, this is my right leg that's back, plie in 4th position, up, close back. Again, plie, quarter turn, close back. Last one, plie, quarter turn, close back. And now same thing, but half turns, of course. One thing that I want to spend time talking about before we do this combination is about the push and the half toe. This is essentially going to be a feet exercise. It doesn't really look like a feet exercise, but it definitely is. So when you tendu back, you plie forth, feeling the resistance, and then this foot has to go up, just straight, and this foot has to push with heel, ball, toe, coming up into passe. So don't just come up like this, okay? So heel, ball, toe, and that's the push. And same thing for the standing leg. When you're plieing, it's gonna be heel, ball, and then if you're on point shoes, they'd be toe, but just heel, ball, or this foot. So just a quick idea of how the forces work in pirouette. The front leg, all it's doing is getting you up. That's all it's doing. It's pushing down and up. The back leg is a little bit more complicated. It does the up motion a little bit, but it is mainly the around force of a pirouette. So if you're gonna do heel, ball, toe, just that half toe is gonna get you around. So let me do that again. Heel, ball, toe. So that half toe is actually gonna be super powerful in your rotation when you can harness that power, okay? So just keep this in mind and pay attention to how you're pushing off the ground and how you're resisting in your plies when you are doing this combination. And of course, from last time, when you get up there and you're in passe, you have to hold your center. You have to really use your core and hold yourself back up. Okay, a lot of details. Let's just go straight into it.
Let's get started. Right foot back in fifth position, 4 quarters, 4 halves, hands on hips. 7 and 8. Tendu back, push into the ground, quarter, close back. Tendu, plie, quarter, turn, close back. Small fourth, last quarter turn. Now half turns. Balance, close, tendu, back, resist the ground, balance. Passe front. Last one, knees side, and close.
So we talked about forces earlier, and one thing that I haven't mentioned yet is you have to figure out how to balance the force of the up and around. Of course, you have to do them simultaneously, so you can't just do the around and then the up, and you can't do the up and then the around. It has to happen together. Both feet need to push off the ground at the same time, but the strength and kind of the pressure that you use to push will be different depending on your body and depending on how many turns you're going for. If you're gonna go for like 10 turns, that back leg is gonna push really, really hard. But also the front leg will have to push really hard because if you spin really quickly and you don't get up, you'll fall out of it. So the front leg will have to work hard, but the back leg will have to work a lot harder, essentially. So now that you know the forces, think about what you need to do this exercise. If you're getting around pretty easily, but you're falling out of it, then you have to think about pushing the front leg down into the ground a lot more. If you are not rotating enough, you have to think about pushing the back leg a little bit more. So everyone's gonna be a little different, but just keep this in mind as we do the left side.
Left foot back, fifth position, 7 and 8. Tendu back, small fourth, quarter turn. Tendu, plie. Left foot tendu, plie. Last quarter, push into the ground, up. Now half turns. Push up. Tendu, plie, fourth. Remember that fourth has to be small. Bring the foot back in for fourth. Tendu, bring the foot back in for fourth, and push, close. That was good.
Okay, now we are going to give full pirouettes a try. So we're gonna start with fifth position back, doing essentially the same exercise that we just did, but with a balance around and balance around. So tendu, plie, and up and down. And tendu, plie, around and down. And tendu, plie, and up and down. And tendu, plie, around, and down. Obviously not that fast. We're gonna be using the same music that we did last time. So now that you have an understanding of kind of the forces that gets you up and around, this is your opportunity to play with how much force you need to do what. So this is all a big experiment for you to figure out what you need for your body. So don't be too harsh on yourself, okay? This is a learning process, and it'll take a lot of time to figure out what the right force is. And the right force will depend on the floor that you're on. It will depend on kind of the weather, how you're feeling. It changes all the time. It's our job to just be able to adjust to it quickly.
Starting with right foot back. Remember, you're gonna bring your foot in a bit in that plie fourth position. It's a small fourth. Tendu, small fourth, and up. Again, tendu, small fourth. Now rotate. Tendu, resist the ground on your plie. Push up. Pull your abs, and when you go up, plie, pull your abs in. Good job, everyone. Hopefully it wasn't too bad.
So before we go into the left side, I want to remind you of some key things. I've said this a ton of times already in this lesson, but I want to remind you just one last time before we stop. So when you plie in fourth position, remember there is resistance. You're trying to go to a nice deep plie, and knees are going side. You're turning out quite a bit. And then that back leg, when it pushes to come up into passe, it's pushing almost just using the big toe. The other toes are going to help you push into passe, but the main player is definitely going to be big toe. And of course, the standing leg that you will be on is pushing really hard into the ground to keep your balance. You're also keeping your ribs closed so you're not coming up like this, right? Just straight up and down, completely squared and feeling really long and keeping that shape. We're gonna keep the squared shape by pulling in and upwards. Okay, I hope you got a little bit of a breather from all my talking. This is gonna be the last exercise for this lesson. You can do this.
Starting with left foot back, 7 and 8. Tendu, and resist the ground, your plie. Push. Again, tendu, resist the plie, around. Tendu, plie, just balance, push. Tendu, plie, and pull up as you turn. That's it. Good job, everyone.